When you look at our financial records, you might think that we are actually swimming in cash. Because just look at the bumps that we have had in terms of income and all the cash that the club is getting. It looks surreal because actively I myself was feeling that at this level, the way the graph is, we are swimming in cash and we have a lot of money. But I have been reduced to a level of yeah, I don't, we are not rich, we don't have money. We absolutely don't have money. Mm, yeah. I came to the season statistics on the list just to realize that we currently have only 306,000 in the bank. All the rest of the other teams around us have 1 plus million in their banks, and the profits they make are over 500,000 each. No one is making less than 500,000 in terms of profit except I is making 211,000. Even if I have the second best team in the league in terms of strength, the third best, I believe, I think this financial status of ours has really detrimented us. It's not really working out for us. And in fact, I've been using a little bit of the cash to do renovations on the infrastructure and club facilities. All of them, I believe, have been renovated. They cost quite a lot, including the stadium. I wanted to like increase the level of the training facility. I wanted the training facility to be better, but unfortunately, I went and checked that that cash actually is a little bit too little for us. So, training pitches we might increase them to level 2, but they will cost a lot. Training center level 2, they will cost a lot. So, I'm going to wait for that. Let us gun in some cash across the seasons and see. We are not that much in the cash amount. So, one financial decision I've decided to make is to do a membership campaign to increase the club's members for £4,000, and then we will see if we will have more club members to see. Hello guys, and welcome back to FIFA Manager 2025, and today is the 9th of January 2027. I remember saying in the previous episode that this episode we will be dealing with looking for a new striker. Yes, we do need a new striker. We have come short of scoring goals in the last few episodes. Things have not been going well for us in terms of the goal scoring, including last episode, which if you didn't watch, by the way, click on the link above to go watch it. We failed to score a single goal in 2 games, and it was that made us lose 2 consecutive games in a row and fall off from the top of the table a little bit. So one thing that we need to do absolutely is to get a new goal scorer, a good proficient goal scorer in the club, someone who can bag in the goals for us to look at. So before we absolutely go to look for a goal scorer and see what we need, first of all, let's discuss about the 2 goal scorers we have. We have Jerome Slew, who has had 2 fantastic seasons in his career before. I remember the first season we had him, he had scored 35 goals in 40 league games, 8 assists. He was the club's top scorer with over 41 goals, and then last season he scored 28 goals in 41 league games and he got 11 assists to counter the number of goals he scored. But this season so far, it has just not been that for him. In 15 games played, he has scored 8 goals and gotten 4 assists. As high as that number may feel, those are not the numbers we were used to seeing Jerome Slew plays. And in fact, in normal matches, we have seen Slew miss quite a lot. He has been just banging the balls out of contention. He has not been putting the balls back into the back of the net as we believe. And now our star strikers for the season, our number 9 in Ian Wright, in Tommy Wright, sorry. The 30-year-old is having a good season, a really fantastic season compared to Jerome Slew. He has 19 goals in 22 league games, 3 assists, and in general he has 26 goals in 26 games played this season for us and has 4 assists. So Tommy Wright deserves someone who can rival him for that portion of goals on this other side of the net and see if they can place it. Last season he had 23 goals in 36 games and scored 10 assists in the same. So Tommy Wright's season has just been improving and I like that about him. And also we also have Adam Ho, who has been our third striker this season. So far he hasn't had that much to play, but in 17 games he has scored 6 goals and gotten 5 assists. So he's like rivaling Jerome Slew already, our main striker, 13 who's good. He has 5 goals and 5 assists assist in the league. Our main striker is already being rivaled by a substitute on the bench for that position and that goal scoring chances. Well, that is a very, very huge problem, and I think it is a problem that if we can actually sort it, can help us quite a lot. So those are the changes that we are looking to make. There is quite a lot for us to do in the league, and in particular, and including, I feel like it is time that Jack Stockdale was released. I don't know if his contract ends the end of this year. It particularly ends the end of this year. Yeah, it's going to end towards the end of this year. So Jack Stockdale, he has played quite a lot for us. He has been a good team player, but this season he has only played 8 games, got 2 goals and 1 assist. That is because we have switched to a 4-4-2, and he was just not adjusting. Last season he got 8 goals and 10 assists in 36. This season he has just got 1 goal and in 4 games played in the league. So it's also have not given him much game time, yes, but because he was not really adjusting to the midfield. Having a midfield of Wakefield and John Howard has been our way to go for. This has just been that midfield pairing. McConville has been holding up on this position alongside Ben Ramsey quite well. When you switch the two of them, they are particularly performing well. Ben Ramsey himself this season so far, 2 assists, no goal in 13 games. You just feel like that guy has fallen off the cliff from 2 seasons ago when we believed he was okay. Sean McConville in 23 games, 4 goals and 5 assists. So once you give them chances, they do something, and others don't. Wallerton has 3 goals and 4 assists in 26 games, while Andre Lish, the man he replaced, I believe has only played a couple of games, has even played 10 games. Yeah, 16 games, 0 goals, 2 assists. You have to feel they are getting old. So Andre Lish is going to retire at the end of the season. Our former captain, Sean McConville, who is also our current captain, is retiring at the end of the season. Wakefield, our man who has just been in form, 16 goals, 3 assists in 25 this season already. He has 15, 3 in 21 in the league, and in the last season he had 19, 7 in 42. So this guy, as a playmaker, he really knows how to do it. He really, really knows how to do it. He's a journeyman, meaning he loves moving from club to club, experiencing his potential, but I'll do everything in my power to keep him in the club. So, what are the choices that we have had that I have that I think that are optional for us to see and replace the players that we are currently searching? I've gone on and scouted a couple of strikers, and in good spirit, so I hope that both all of them are currently good enough for the team. First of all, we have Sharif Deans. I scouted him last season. He is a generational talent. He is a good talent. He has scored 12 goals in and 2 assists in 26 matches this season. Last season, particularly, he had 33 in 35, and the season before that, he had 23 in 33. So he is a consistent striker year in, year out. So he is a penalty box style of player. So he knows how to put the ball into the back of the net given to him in the penalty box. So Sharif Dins is on top of our list with that chances. And then we have some 50 rated striker I went and looked for from Cardiff City. I know I am being quite ambitious, but they presented themselves. I just had to take a glance. From Cardiff City, James Cosby is an 18-year-old striker who has played 3 matches, scored 3 goals, and not yet an assist, but he is not getting that game time he wishes to get at Cardiff City. So you can just imagine if I were to give him the game time, how good would the young lad be? We also have Joe Bode from Gillingham United. He is also a 21-year-old, not played most matches in the league, not played any game at all, but particularly by the way for them. And this season, not last season, he has not been given the chances to play. And just looking at his ability, I think he is quite worth it. A 70 ball control, that is a striker good enough for us to have. 70 tactical awareness, 70 passing shots, and what about his finishing? That is always what's important for a striker. 50 finishing, just leveling his ability. So that those are two good strikers. Gillingham not played a game at all, so we don't know his strength. But if we can get him, it can be good. Then we have the Hungarian Joseph Pals, whom I scouted from St. Albans City. A very, very, very good striker, 50 rated striker. This season he has played 16 games, scored 10 goals for St. Albans City. So he is a good talent. He's a really good talent. One of the ones I would love to go for. And then we have Croatian Matej Maksimalkovic from Avele. Have I said Matej Monsilovsky? Monsilovsky, yeah, Matej Monsilovsky from Avaley Football Club. The 21-year-old has played 16 games, scored 11 goals, and gotten 4 assists. So, to be honest, my top two targets are Momsilovsky from Croatia and Sharif Deans from Wilds. Because I believe the easier one to get would be Sharif Deans. I don't know if Momsilovsky would want the club would want me to pay some cash, but he's a good one. Jovan Makama from Lincoln City 2 has not had a chance to showcase his talent. 22 years of age, has played 3 games this season, 2 goals in 31 minutes. So if you just look at that itself, you have to feel that he is a good talent. He is a good portion, a good player. He's a player that can really play quite a lot. So this season, Lincoln City has played 43 games for them and gotten only 3 goals. He has not been given that chance to really showcase what he can do. So first of all, I feel like I'm going to send out offers for Mom Siltovic and Sharif Deans and see who is able to get in for us. We also have a scouting Mom Siltovic to just be sure about his talent and also everything, because Mom Siltovic, I think, getting this Croatian would be a really huge boost to our striking partnership up front. And I think with that, we will be able to continue scoring goals. Leo has not been bad. He has been great, by the way. He has been great in terms of goal scoring. It's just that this season he has stepped back a little bit, and I think age is catching up to him. His experience is also -1. For some reason I don't understand, but I think his age is catching up to the young lad. He has 51 finishing, one of the best finishings in the squad, but he's just not there yet. He has quite that huge problem. So I think Slew, he's a generational. He's a club legend already for me. If I were to say add someone to the first player I would add to the club's Hall of Fame would be Jerome Slew at any cost. Carried us through from the 8th tier coming into the 7th tier. You just come to realize some players are just better left behind, because they don't become better at any point. So with that analysis, I believe now with the strikers that I have, I'm going to try first of all and send out an offer for Mamsilovic and see. First of all, I'm always hyped up about sending an offer, but a good salary could convince him, though they say so. So as I said, they would want some cash. Unfortunately, they want 4,300 pounds. Am I willing to buy a player right now? Am I willing to buy a player? If I were to get this really good striker, pinned for a couple of seasons, then I would buy him. But how much would they want if I were just to give them cash? They would want up to 10,000 pounds, 7,000 pounds. I don't think I'm ready to buy a striker. What about Palzis? Is he also going to be? Am I also going to ask to buy him for 10,000? I can't even get Joseph Pice. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Okay, so I added a list of players whom I can't even afford. Okay, so what about for this Lincoln City guy? For 30,000 pounds. They want me to buy him for 30,000 pounds from Lincoln City. Okay, I think I was playing a game in a league that I know very well I can't get myself to. What about for Joe? Joe, they want over 35,000 pounds. Okay, I'm getting it. James Cosby, how much does your club want for you? This one is to loan the player. They want 8,670. By the way, I've not thought about loaning. Marty, can I loan him for this season and then they're not willing to sell him? Okay, okay, so this is difficult. What about Sharif Deans? Sharif Deans, I also need to buy him for 3,000. For 6,000 pounds, I can get Sharif Deans during this January transfer window. So there is no free transfer if I want a really really good talent. Okay, so let me try to work out a deal for Mate Momsislovic and Simon Silovsky and see if we can actually get him. Let me try to work out a really really good deal for him, because 7,000, I'm not going to pay 7,000 pounds. Let me try to cook up something and then show you guys in a bit. Okay, so you do have to realize that if you want to gain promotion to the next level, you're going to have to spend some cash in levels where you thought you never spent cash before. This game is quite different from Football Manager. In Football Manager, I can do away with free transfers and get myself a really really good player and manage to get promotion through level through ways that the player is developing well. But in FIFA Manager, the players develop according to how they play the game. So for you to be able to get good players and be able to put the players in the squad that are okay, that the game can give you that boost up, you have to have really really good players. Even if you have the best, some players that you think are going to be developed as time goes by, sometimes it may not work that way. Sometimes you may end up staying in the same league for years under the same pretense. I've already tried this before with a save game that I've been doing personally. I started playing in the fourth tier of Spain, and to be honest, I've spent 3 seasons. How many? Is it 4 seasons in the third tier? I was promoted from the fourth tier in the first season. Then I've spent 4 seasons in the third tier. I can't get past that because every time I try to upgrade, the other teams around me also upgrade, and don't have the cash to get the players. So once I have the money to get the good players, I try to get them as soon as possible. Even though in the seventh tier it is quite ambitious to be spending £4,000 on getting a player, I think it is worth it, because and we are already seeing the results of that in the league table that I'm about to show you shortly. But I think I've worked a way around getting Mate Momsilovsky into the squad. I am going to give out £4,000. That was what I was prepared to give. They wanted 7,000 up front. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to give them 4,000 up front, and then £70 per appearance for the next 20 games. So that one seems like a lot. It is £1,400 in total. That one gives brings up to 5,400, and then £900 after promotion. So that one is only 6,300, the total package. But they will be given just a little in bits and bits as time goes by. So with this, I believe I can work something out. I think I can give them 3,900 and then 10% share with the next sale. I think I've just reduced the cost cap on that too. It looks great. I mean, it looks really really good. So do they want a buyback clause at 3,900? They're okay with that. So with that, I think I can reduce the fee then. Okay, so for 3,900, I'm a genius. I'm an absolute genius. I can buy him for 1,600 only, give them a buyback clause of 4,200 after promotion, £900. Direct loaning out, no. The only problem is, what if they decided to buy him back? 1,700, no share of next sale. What if they decide to buy him back once I'm promoted and the play is just too good for £4,200? You know what? He is 21 years of age. I'm not giving them the buyback clause. Okay, so I'm not giving them the buyback clause. Let me just give them the £4,000 we initially agreed on and talk this business like this. Okay, yeah, I've seen it. He's 21 years old. If I give them the buyback clause of 4,200, it might grow better than that 4,000, and I might have made a mistake there. So for £4,000, £70 for the first 20 matches and £900 after promotion, I am going to make the offer, and the offer has been accepted from Mimslovsky, and it is just us to now talk to him, and that communication will be done after the game. So on the old transfer, on the old list that I had gotten, he was the only striker that really jazzed me, and I feel like he was the one who was affordable to us at the moment, and he's a really really good option, by the way, for the club. Okay, so while we will be waiting to talk to the player after the game today, against the game that I said we will be coming back for against Hampton and what's the name again? Hampton and Richmond, bro. Let us talk about the run of results we have had ever since we lost to Hayes and Yeading by 1-0 in our last game. These two games, by the way, we played them last episode. We lost both of them. We scored in none of them. That is what pushed me to start looking for a striker. Bracknell Town, we met them again. They were second after the loss against Hayes and Yeading, and on top of us, we met them at home. We beat them by 3-1. Goals from Wright, Wallerton, and Howard were enough. Against Swindon Supermarine, Jerome Slew scored twice, Wright scored twice in that one. Both our strikers got 2 goals in a 4-0 win away from home against the Supermarine side. At home against FC Toton, Wright's goal was enough for us to edge out Toton by 1-0 win. And then against Yet Town, we scoring twice. That is our centre back, McConville and Wright scoring for a 4-1 win against Yet Town, and then against Winchester City, Wright scoring twice, Slew and Wakefield to make it 4-0. As you can see, Slew's goals are just coming in bits and bits. After 2 games, after 3 games, it's as if he doesn't have consistency this season. As you can see, he scores here, he waits all of these games, scores here, waits, scores here, waits, and then scores here. It is that consistency that I need, and it is only that consistency that will help us win the league. But after this good run of 5 games winning of that, we are back at the top of the table. We are topping the league at this point with 18 wins, 2 draws, and 3 losses. 56 points across on the board, and Gloucester City are just behind us with 55. Remember, Gloucester City beat us, but they have just slipped a little bit with 1 loss in the middle of all their results, and we have taken advantage of that with our 5 wins, and we are just 1 point ahead of them. Today, I play Hampton and Richmond Bro. Hampton and Richmond Bro, by the way, are one of the only other sides to have beaten me this season. In my 3 losses, I've lost to Hampton and Richmond Bro, Gloucester City, and Hayes and Yeading. And Hampton and Richmond Bro beat me away from home. So we have this game at home against them today, a chance for revenge, and it's a really big chance for revenge for us. So it's something I would like to take, and I think the squad is ready for that. This is the team that we are going with. Slew and right up front, definitely McConville, Howard, Wickfield, and Wallerton in the middle. Jackson, Nesbitt, Uy, and Baba at the back. Uy is really jazzing me. This guy is scoring a lot of goals for a centre back in his career. This season he already has 3. Last season he scored 6. He is a really proficient goal scorer. I think it's because of his height particularly. He is 195 centimeters tall, has good jumping reach, has good heading, and it is just that 68 jumping reach and a 64 heading accuracy. I think that one is really great to help him get his head to the balls from corners. So with that, let us play our one and only game of the day, because a lot of it we were compiling the striking options, and I think we now have our target. So let us go on to play our one and only game of the day, and hopefully we can avenge our fans against this side. Hampton and Richmond Bro at home. A chance for revenge, a chance for us to take this back. They have already messed up with us a lot, and I think this game has been really hard for us. And they're playing a 4-3-3, by the way, a very top league type of football, and I think that one is the reason as to why last time they managed to get the better of us, but this time round uh there is no secret that lies behind it. We are also good enough, I think, and I think we can get something out of this game. So as we move on, let us see. Jerome Slew out to Sean McConville, tackled, but that was a clean take of the ball from that player. Croshlaw down this wing, nicely tackled, but the referee decides that that one is a free kick and not a good tackle from my player, and the ball goes back in. And I think, was that a handball, or what did Hunt do? Yeah, he handled the ball, and that one now just for us to push this forward, but we actually don't. The ball goes back to Krishlo, nicely done. Wallerton trying to look for someone he doesn't find, nicely intercepted again. Wallerton into right, all the way goes to Slew. Joram Slew pushed at the edge of the box, and that one is a free kick. I know he will try to shoot, he does, and it just hits the wall. Slew shot, and that one is blocked and goes all the way straight to Hudson's. Good start that we have had the first shot on target, and it's a good one, but I thought that for the moment there they were in. Ball out wide to Templar looking for that cross, but nicely done and intercepted by our player. 5 minutes to go till halftime. The game has not particularly been a breeze, but we have seen a lot of these free kicks go in, and that one is another one. That is another one. I don't know how my defense can't actually handle such free kicks, but that one is a really huge problem, considering that we have had a problem going forward. Every time the ball goes forward, it's as if we are playing, it's a really huge midfield battle. The ball is lost a lot in the midfield, and free kicks at the edge of the box have been our pain this season, and they have been a huge problem. Wallaton, if we can equalize before halftime, I can be really happy. Howard out to Miconville. Miconville's cross, it is headed away by the keeper, and that's going to be halftime. We are down by 1-0 thanks to a free kick goal from them. And I think this game's match engine is just like that. That was just like that. I think it's just like that, and it's going to be a really big problem. So I don't know. I want to do a little bit of shifting to the tactics, because it is not the way we are doing this is actually not helping. So let us see what we can do. In this second half, I feel like the thing we are lacking up front is body. So I want to try to play with this 4-2-4 type of formation, and I've set all my defenders to like stay behind at all costs. They should not go forward. That one I've tried to do by the roots. I don't know if they will still move forward, and I hope they don't. But I think just shifting that one can give us a little bit of a groove in this. So I'm going to bring on Aaron Austin for I believe John Howard, and then at center back bar for Nesbitt because of the yellow card. You know what yellow cards do to us in this game. Those are things we should be wary about. So since I have two good options to bring on at halftime, I'm going to bring them, and then I have only one more substitution left. Let's see if these four strikers up front can help us. The only problem is that we'll have a lot of space in the midfield, and they will feel like taking advantage of it. That's why I've said these guys to not move forward at all. Let us see how this one actually works. I've not thought about it, but I think with that type of mentality, if we actually get a goal, then I think it is really good. The only problem is that there's a lot of space in the midfield, though we have men forward now, as you can see. Austin, but nice ball looking for right, and right just doesn't get there in time. All problem is that if they intercept us in the midfield, then we are dead. Jerome Slew gets trying to, can you at least pass the ball better? That's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. The midfield is free, seriously free. The ball goes forward. That one was a chance. They almost made it too. Almost made it too. That is actually bad. And I don't know why my defenders are going forward, and I'm telling them to remain behind. Jackson Bolfer looking for me. Conville intercepted. That one was a poor tackle. It is a free kick for them. They are going to loft it into the box, and the keeper does well to punch it away. Now that is what I'm talking about. Joram Slew with the goal. That was beautiful. That was beautifully crafted. I mean, having the bodies forward is going to help a lot. And if everything goes wrong, we will concede another one. But it is 1-1 currently. My tactic has spoken for itself. It is trying to at least offset that, having us players, a couple of players up front and a couple of players behind. And my defense has done well so far. It is only about hoping that they do not mess this up. It's a throw in to us. It is going to be taken. Wakefield goes it forward to Wallaton, who is denied the ball, but Sergio Ui does well. Ball goes forward, goes all the way to Jerome Slew. Slew's ball is intercepted, but Wright had it initially, but he didn't again. And now they have created that space. I don't know where my defense always goes to in such situations, but that is that. So it is a free kick. It's a throw in for us, but the way my defense always does this is not always a problem. They always just go really high up the pitch, and here comes the, come on, what was that? Like, honestly, what is that? Where is the defense? I mean, the defensive line is like at its lowest. Now look at that. The defensive line is at its lowest as here comes Ramsey into right all the way to Wallaton. Wallaton's shot, 2-2, 87th minute. That is a beautiful goal. That's a very beautiful goal. Gloucester City are busy winning, by the way, as you have seen from the live table. So they will go 1 point ahead of us if this score stays these ways. But that is a beautiful goal from Wallaton to make it 2-2, and that's what you call immediate response. I think Ben Ramsey came on for Sean McConville, but they are having that it again. That is a through ball. I felt like we were damned there, right there. That it's okay. We are still in this. Let us see out this game. Let us see how this result. Ball's going forward. Tempresta or whoever it is just finds his spot into the box, and Joe Roberts makes it 3. Well, that's disappointing. I don't remember the last time we actually had a win live on camera, like on streaming on game. I don't know what my problem is, but I always select the difficult games to come back and do live. It's a disease that has to stop. For once, I need to select easy games for me to be able to at least smile after recording the videos. Because every time I record, it's as if it always leaves me with a frown on my face, or it just leaves me feeling totally bad about the way the team has performed, how everything has been. Okay, I tried a gamble that worked for a moment. We did well on the scoring side, but we failed on the defending side. Game ends as a 3-2 loss, and with that, I believe now we have dropped back to we are but we are, I hope we are still second by the way, but right now let us negotiate for this contract with Mimsomli. So he wants 32 pounds basic salary, and also on appearance money 20 pounds, divisional status 20 pounds, salary cut if relegated 20 pounds. What does he think about 20 pounds? Let's make it 30. Okay, so for 30 pounds, basic salary of 120 pounds, 30 pounds signing fee, we are giving him none. I think that's a fair offer for this striker. He is a really good striker, by the way. He's a really good striker. So I think that's a fair offer. I don't know what position we are currently, but I hope we have our new striker. I hope we have signed a really good player. Okay, so the offer has been accepted. We are just waiting for his response now. We are currently second, 2 points off Gloucester and 2 points ahead of Bracknell Town. So Hampton and Richmond Borough have completed the double over us, and that is just painful. That's actually really bad. We are now 2 points off Gloucester. The season is still far from over. We still have a couple of games to play, and we might just catch up back to Gloucester if they sleep. But the problem is we might also be part of the package that is sleeping. It's good this time round we have scored some goals with the team, but unfortunately we couldn't complete the turnaround that we were hoping for. So Martin Momsilovic is our next striker in line. When he comes back, I will put him to pair Tommy Wright, and I believe alongside Tommy Wright, the two strikers can really bring up a couple of goals for us. So practically speaking, this episode for me is already over, though it's ending on a painful note for me. We have a couple of games still left. Like this is the last stream. This one. The last time I was before when the season started, I played against Hampton and Richmond Borough and Winchester. We won one, lost one. I mean, every stream has to have a loss, does it? If I had time, I could have played the Western Supermare one, have a win, and then smile about something. But I think yeah, next up things are going to be tough. Jan is going through. There are two possibilities of me coming back. One, to finish the season in the playoff spots and then do the playoffs on another episode, or number two, to come back for a game within the towards the end of the season that pronounces us as the champions. Now those are the only two options, and I think option number one is the most likely one, unless Gloucester City really mess a lot and we count on that in the remaining chances, because in the remaining games the only other two hard games, difficult games we have are Gloucester and Hayes and Yeading at home next time out. So Hampton and Richmond Borough, we have done them twice. They have done us twice. They have already completed that over us. Gloucester and Hayes and Yeading are the other two sides who can complete the double over us, and they are the only two difficult games left down the road. So with the rest of the games left, if Gloucester sleep, we might be coming back to lift the trophy. If they don't, we might be coming back to complete a top four finish and then play the playoffs in another episode. Well, those are the two only other options, but I think I want you guys to rate this signing from 1 to 10. I don't know whether he will join. Let me just proceed just a little bit. Right, so Momsilovsky has come back with a counter offer. This is what I wanted to know, because if I actually make this offer, he will reject me. So I have to counter if with something better. So for me, I feel like I'm just going to add the appearance money instead of the, yeah, the total value is 7,000. So appearance fee, we have bumped it up to 30 pounds. Basic salary is still 30, and I'm going to make that offer for him. So let us see if he will answer. That is what we are waiting for. If he doesn't answer by the Millbrook game, I think we'll end the episode there and see each other next. Oh, he has joined. Nice, beautiful. He has agreed and he has joined. So his value is 44. His rating is 44. He has 2 star. That is not bad. Initially was thought it was 40 rated. Is okay. So Momsilovsky is another international signing in the squad, and we are just going to move him to the first team. And then Jerome Slew, for him, he will replace George Rigg on the bench. So four strikers in the squad. We can shift them the way we want across the games. Play these two in important matches or big games, and then play the other two in other games. And we see how the rest is going to carry itself out. So Momsilovsky, for him, I hope for the rest of the season he can help us put in those nets. He joins us when he has already played 17 games, has 11 goals and 4 assists. We will be tracking it down using these statistics, how he has performed across the season. So with that, I would like to stop the episode there. Thanks so much, guys, for watching. Hope to see you in the next one, and I hope in that next one you guys will tell me how the club running so far has been in the comment section. Just rate this signing from 1 to 10, and we will see how good a job we are doing in terms of transfers. Otherwise, thanks so much for watching. Hope to see you in the next episode. Peace.